right, you guys. So we are heading into another new year of school. And this is just a reminder that so much of our emotions are underneath the surface. And in the School of Thought with Attachment and emotionally focused therapy, we really want to seek ways to support clients to reach under the surface. And we want to encourage you to seek ways to reach under the surface with yourself and with the people that you love. A while ago on our Instagram, we shared this image of an iceberg, and iceberg is used a lot. And there's stuff on top of the surface, behavior, maybe more noticeable emotions like fear, anger, loudness, things like that, that tell us something's going on. But then there's the stuff underneath, the softer, more vulnerable emotions, the softer fear, the more nervous, butterfly, anxious, maybe even excitement. Excitement can be very confusing underneath the surface. So a few things, big or little, supporting ourselves, supporting others, teachers, students, all of us that are heading back into some role this September. Noticing the emotion, and positive or negative, normalizing that. Some of us are going to feel very positive, excited. Some of us might feel anxious, nervous, frightened. That's okay. Remember your first day of school. How many first day of school have us as adults had? And for me, the excitement and nervousness every time, whether I was in the position of a student or in the position of a teacher or instructor, whether I was teaching kiddos or counseling in a school, or I was teaching at a university level. And I think that's important for university students to know, is that the university instructors are nervous too. At least I always was. So normalizing that we have an emotional experience. We always do. Our emotions are our gauge. We can't really shut them off. Some of us think we do, but you don't. They're there. They're there. And if we don't notice them, they get thwarted. So let's just notice the emotion. Let's normalize that we can feel good or we can feel bad, all right? And the other thing is, I'm just looking at my notes here for a second, is that really as a person coming along somebody else to support them, I've used this term several times on our vlogs, it's listening bravely. So we want to go in with intentionality and be prepared to listen. How are you doing? Okay. With some situations, I might suggest a menu of emotions. That's what I did with my daughter. She's young. She's a school-age child. So I was like, well, school's starting. How are you feeling? Here's some different emotions that might be going on. And then just encourage a conversation. Another way to confront the emotionality of what we're facing moving into a fall school year is to notice how we're feeling. So there's a few simple solution-focused ways to confront. Number one, how am I feeling? Hey, we're heading into school. Mommy's feeling anxious. How are you feeling? So sharing how we're feeling is a way to confront someone else. And that's not just about the school year, that's in other areas as well. Another way is to directly ask. I notice this is going on for you. I see that you have a grumpy look on your face, or you've been sitting in your bedroom alone a lot lately. What's going on? So clear, direct. And then another simple way is to contrast. So on the one hand, you're telling me to leave you alone, but on the other hand, you know, you're sitting in the middle of my bed. So let's just hang in here. Something's going on. I know you want your space, but then you're also here in my space. So I think that it's important we speak about things. So we can clearly contrast. On the one hand, you're saying this. On the other hand, I'm seeing or hearing this as well. That's ways to contrast. Noticing the emotion, taking care of it. And then I think too, what's really thrown off for us in the global crisis is we forget that tradition is also important. Noticing things that have worked in the past and making sure our kids have some ways to feel good in their identity. So, you know, if they have some ideas about how to put outfits together, hygiene ideas, you know, that when they come down and the outfits that they choose, even if you're unsure of them, I mean, with teenagers, sometimes it's hard and sometimes they do need correction. All right. But when they come down, they're feeling good about themselves to say, hey, you look great. Reminding the people that we love that we like how they look is valuable. It's important that people feel good about who they are and how they're trying to express their identity. So encouraging and helping them, scaffolding them up so that they can celebrate their identity. That's a normal back to school thing, right? As well, I think too, especially with the school age children, but for adolescents, especially if it's their first time going to high school or university, try to play a tape out for them. Try to give them a story of what it might look like as they enter into their first days of school. Those are some strategies as well for us. So I can play the tape out. For me, I can sort of have an idea. I can plan the night before, think of what clothes I'm going to feel good in, especially since I'm still fighting my COVID-20. And body positivity, one of the simple things with that too, is just feeling good in the clothes that we're wearing. So if you need to buy a medium or a large or something so that you feel a little bit more comfortable, that's okay right now, whatever we need. All right, you guys, take care, pay attention to the feelings, normalize, validate. You are valuable, you are seen, you are heard, and you are known.